February. Thought it was about time. Had a look to see just how our crops in winter storage had done. As you can see, our patio bulbs are starting to coming up quite nicely now. Might even be a flower bud in there. Anyway, last summer we lifted our potatoes and they went into storage in the garage. So potatoes, beetroot and carrots were stored in the garage, and they're in those sacks there. And then in the greenhouse stored a couple of sacks of carrots. So I'm going to see what they're all like and did the carrots keep in those bags. So first of all, I'm going to see what we had in this bag of carrots, and these were stored in the greenhouse. We were lifted late September, October time. I'll put something on about when they were lifted anyway. They're romance.
What are they like? Have they got any?
They had some to throw away, but not as bad as some.
Right. Smaller, more slender, aren't they? Bigger, chunkier carrots.
They're the bigger, chunkier ones, but they're the best of them. There's quite a decent amount there.
It's a nice chunky carrot.
Yeah, so they're not too bad at all. So these are carrots lifted late last autumn, stored in plastic compost sacks in the garage, in the greenhouse. And there you can see how they've done. They've actually kept alright in there. No problems with those. Not many left now, just as well, because they'll be starting to grow. I want a couple of these for dinner tonight, so I'll try that. See, look, gone a bit funny on the other side, that one, so I'll take a couple more with it that are alright. They look as though they'll be fine. So I'll take those, see if I can use those tonight, but otherwise I'm amazed how well they've kept in that sack through winter in the greenhouse. Coldest night down to about -5, -6. So I think they've done really well. This certainly wouldn't have kept in wet ground down the allotment. Been a reasonably wet winter. They'd just be mush now. I'd just dig them straight back in the ground. So pleased with those. Right then, on to the next batch. So I'll do carrots. Again, stored in a plastic compost sack, but this time stored in the garage. I've been using the ones that were in the greenhouse first because I didn't expect them to keep. As you can see, they are much wetter than the ones that were out of that sack, but they are alright. I think the difference and why these are really wet is because in the greenhouse the sack was left open, the top was open, and in the garage it's been folded up, keeping them much damper. So it'll be interesting, but I think they're alright. I'm amazed they've kept so well. I expected mush by this time of the year, but hopefully they'll be okay to use. Next on the list, beetroot, stored in paper sacks in the garage, again lifted last autumn. And as you can see, nothing wrong with those. They've kept really well, just starting to grow. Not going to keep a lot longer, but no problem at all there. So paper sacks and beetroot have worked really well. And finally then, potatoes. These are healthy. There, what kept really well, no problems there. Few shoots, expect that this time of the year, but amazed that everything's kept so well. Anyway, you now know what happens to all those potatoes and the carrots that we left in autumn. They all get stored somewhere and they last us through almost through winter. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.